Okay, reading 2, the intersection of health sciences and geography. Let's look what they've given us. This is bad news. This is a matching information, difficult question type. But this is good news. They've given us some easy ones to balance out these difficult ones, I think. So of course we're going to start with this. What are we going to scan for? Certain diseases disappeared, I think is nice. Thanks to better something and healthcare. Healthcare, I would be careful because health sciences, healthcare, it might be everywhere. Often I say go to the last one, and that's a good strategy, except as we will see later, they tricked us a little bit in this reading. So let's see what else is here. Contact between people, useful. Hot, damp regions, that's nice. That's not, they'll paraphrase it, but it won't be a difficult paraphrase. We know that we're talking about a place that is hot. Pollution. And I'm going to skip this. I'm going to explain why. I'm going to skip that. Cities. Nice. Disease. I think disease will be everywhere. Eradicated. Hopefully. Physical barrier. Hospital. All right. We're going to go and find those. I just want to explain to you why I am not so pleased about that, not so pleased about that, and I'm not so pleased about that. They've done it 3 times here, is because they're not going to, you won't see those words, you won't see particular fuel. They're going to give you the name of the fuel. It will be wood or petrol or something like that, and then in the question they're calling it a particular fuel. You won't see a physical barrier such as, that's what you will see. But you're not going to see those words. Again here, the name of a disease is a disease, is one type of disease. So they've done the same thing 3 times. It's like if they have apple as your answer, and then in the question they just say a type of fruit. So then you won't find the word fruit. You need to see it as the name of the thing. Anyway, I hope you understand that. So let's see if we can find some of these things. Probably best to start at the beginning. Certain diseases disappeared. Better. Better's nice. It's a nice thing to scan for. Improved, better, superior. Let's see if we can find that. Hopefully it'll be in the beginning. Diseases eradicated is disappeared. Improvement. So that's quite easy. Is better. Improvements is better. We also wanted healthcare, and healthcare is there. All right, so that makes me feel good. We know we're starting right at the beginning. What's next? Contact between people, usefulness, something about losing. People come into contact closer and closer. As a result, superviruses resistant to antibiotics becoming more and more common. So I don't see anything about losing usefulness, but I'll come back to that. We know where it is. Disease, okay, I want hot, damp regions. Scan, scan, scan. There it is there. Great. Pollution, a particular fuel, and cities. Try and scan for 2 things at the same time. Smog and pollution. There's cities there. That's enough. It's in that paragraph. There's pollution again. There's cities again. That's fine. One disease growing after have been, so this disease word is going to be everywhere. Eradicated. It'll be somewhere here probably, but might not be. IELTS can easily just jump to the last paragraph or something. They do it often, so be careful. Okay, there's diseases, there's diseases, there's diseases, there's diseases. Diseases is everywhere, so it doesn't really help me. And then that's not going to be there, so hospital would be nice. I don't think they can really paraphrase hospital. Now I'm struggling to find hospital. If you want, you can just stop here and actually start answering the questions, but it's good scanning practice. See if you can find the word hospital or something like a hospital. And it was actually all the way over there. Physical barrier mountain, so that's going to be the answer there. So they jumped. All right, so 20 to 24, I know where they are. 25, 26, a little bit more difficult. Let's get started. What do we do? What kind of word are we looking for? Better what? better noun, this is going to be plural or uncountable, because there's no a or an. Improvements in vaccination. So there's our plural and availability of healthcare. So we were looking for a plural noun or an uncountable noun. Improvements in better something. Quite straightforward. Right, next, because there is more contact between people, something are losing their effectiveness. Now, this is the most important thing I want to show you in this reading. You need to focus on that word. I've been talking about how the grammar can help you to tell you if a noun is plural, countable, uncountable. A noun verb structure. So this is the subject of the sentence, this is the main verb. I've been saying if there is a or an in front, then you know that this noun is singular, countable. If that is not there, then this noun is either plural, countable, or uncountable. Right, so you can look in front of the noun for some help from the grammar, but very often you can also look at the verb. If this verb is, that means this noun is singular, countable, or uncountable. If this verb is are, that means that this noun is plural, countable. And it's not only with to be, it could be with any verb. If this is walk, this means this is plural. If this is walks, then this is countable or single. Alright, so you can get information from what's in front of the noun, but also the main verb that is attached to the noun. That means this is giving you a lot of important information. It's telling you this is a plural noun, something with an S. It's not uncountable, it's not singular. We're looking for an S word here. So, more contact between people. What are losing their usefulness? There's more contact. Where's a plural S noun? Viruses, infections, antibiotics. So it's one of those three. But we're looking for something that is losing its usefulness. It was useful, it was good, and now it's becoming less good. Viruses and infections are bad, so our answer is antibiotics. They made the question a little bit difficult because there was nothing here about useful. They said that the strong thing, in the text they said that the bad thing is getting stronger. In the question they said that the good thing is getting weaker. So they tried to make it a little bit difficult, but this helped us. We know what we're looking for. So our answer is antibiotics. Right, next question. What do we see? I want you to notice that again, disease causing something are most likely. We want something that's going to end with an S. So in hot damp regions, what do we find in hot damp regions? What plural noun do we find in hot damp regions? Malaria prone areas in which mosquitoes that give people this disease can grow. There we go. There's our plural noun. Disease causing mosquitoes, mosquitoes that give people disease. So please notice this R. Notice the main verb. It gives you information about the noun. And that information is often very important. Right, one cause of pollution is that burn a particular fuel. Once again, this is slightly more complicated grammar, but it could be burn or it could be burns. It says burn, so we know once again this is a plural noun. If it was burns, it would be single noun or uncountable noun. So pollution, plural noun. And as I said before, they're not going to say the word fuel, but we're looking for a type of fuel. Cities, smog and pollution. Where's a type of fuel? Cars that burn a particular fuel, but where is the fuel? There is the fuel. Coal is the fuel that we're looking for. There's our plural noun, factories. So it's the factories that burn a particular fuel. Many of you will say cars, but they didn't say being driven using petrol or gasoline. They didn't say the particular fuel. That's the particular fuel, so you had to choose factories. Right, cities, impact, nearby. This will be a noun. It could be countable, plural, or it could be uncountable. It's not going to be singular. So here they start talking about cities. What is near a city? We're looking for a thing that is near a city. That was our answer there before. So somewhere here, cutting down of forests to allow for expansion of cities, which makes it harder to fight the pollution by plants. So we know we're looking for plural or uncountable. It could be affecting the plants, but it's not, because we're talking about the impact of the city on something. So they're just talking about the plants produce fresh air. What is impacted? Where's a plural noun? And there is the answer. It's a slightly more difficult one. There was nothing there about nearby. The impact was cutting down, which is a very difficult paraphrase. Growth of cities. Growth of cities is expansion of big cities. So we know that it's that sentence, but it's actually before that. And there is our answer, forests. Not too difficult. Remember, our keyword helped us, so forests. Okay, this next one I'm a bit worried about. Eradicated is a difficult word. Disease is kind of everywhere. But the thing is, I found hospital, so I'm going to go straight to that one. Also, I know from this that I'm looking for a single countable noun, and I saw when I was looking for it, we're looking for a physical barrier. A barrier is something between you and something else that stops you from going there. So I know I'm looking for a countable noun. I know hospital is over there. It's difficult to get medical attention because there is a mountain between their village and the hospital. So that one is quite straightforward. The answer is mountain. Right, then back to this one. Let's look for disease. Let's look growing. Let's look for eradicated. Somewhere between all of this. It's somewhere in here. Fortunately, most important here is to know what you are looking for. Is one disease? You're looking for the name of a disease. Is one means is an example of, is a type of, or is a disease. So we're looking for the name of a disease. If we start scanning in this paragraph over here, we see diseases over there. And then I see the names of some diseases. Respiratory diseases. And the thing about, I keep on scanning, I don't see any other names of diseases. Now the question says, it's growing after it was eradicated. Eradicated means it was stopped. It was deleted. And now it's growing again. And the key to this answer lies in this word over here. It's a very difficult question. It's a band 8-9 question. It's re-emerging. Polio, if it's re-emerging, emerging means coming up, coming out. Re means again. So it means it's coming out again. That means it was gone and now it's coming back. Re-emerging. And that, all that growing after having been eradicated, that is the paraphrase for re-emerging. Very difficult question. Anyway, that's the name of a disease, polio. It actually, you needed to know a bit of knowledge about diseases to know that's the name of a disease. Don't worry too much about that one. Band 8, band 9 question. Remember to give it a capital letter. Alright, so that's that. I think you can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6 out of 7 there. 25 was difficult. This was difficult because it was difficult to scan for, but if you found hospital, you found mountain quite easily. 6 out of 7 there. The most important thing I want you to see from this question is how useful these verbs were, and that the helped us. So the things in front of the noun and the verb attached to the noun. Let's make that. It's not always is, are, whatever the verb is. That can help you to give you information about the noun, and that can. That's such an important thing with this question type. First, you decide, am I looking for a noun, a verb, an adjective, an adverb? If it's a noun, you decide, am I looking for single, plural, countable, uncountable? Right, let's move on to the more difficult questions type. Right, onto the matching headings. No, not matching headings, matching information. Now, you want to go quite quickly through these because you would have spent a good amount of time on this. If you're going for band 6, maybe you can get 5 here, then you only need 3 there. You need 8 for reading 2, that's fine. So the first thing that you're going to do is see if there are any clues from this about the things that they are talking about in the paragraph. Often this can help you with this. So let's look at the first one, an acceptance that not all diseases can be eliminated. Eliminated, I remember, was similar to disappeared, and I went to this paragraph over here and saw eradicated. Now if you're going quickly, that's enough. I would fill in A over here. However, that would be wrong, unfortunately. IELTS has made this one very, very difficult. This is a band 8, band 9 question. The answer for that one was actually over there. It's this sentence over here. Notice that both of them have a while. They are two very similar sentences. So I can understand if you fill in A there. Many native speakers will choose paragraph A there. So let's just accept you get that one wrong because this was very difficult to scan for. We're trying to find easy ones. Examples of physical conditions caused by human behavior. Now that's quite easy because I remember something about that. Can you see anything about physical conditions caused by human behavior? There's pollution, there's growth of cities and impact on forests. And that takes us to this paragraph over here. The physical conditions are the pollution, the big cities, the growth of the cities, industrialization, cutting down forests. So quite quickly, just from this clue over here, I would go with C over there. Classifying diseases on the basis how they far. I don't remember anything about classifying diseases. Level of access to healthcare can vary. Can you remember anything about access to healthcare? Can you see anything about access to healthcare here? And it was that one over there, reaching a hospital, access to healthcare. Let's see, so we know what paragraph. Within a country, is there anything about within a country? Not really, but what they talk about is people in different social classes, income brackets, level of education. That all means within a country. But we got a good enough clue from the previous question that this is talking about access to healthcare. If you want the word vary, it's actually this difficult language, a large discrepancy. This means a very large difference. So that's where vary is. So I'm happy enough with that one to go with G for that question. Description of health geography as a mixture, academic fields. No, I don't remember anything. And description of the type of area where a particular illness is rare. Can you see where were we talking about area? Can you see a synonym for area in here? There it is over there, regions, area. So let's quickly take a look at that. A particular illness is rare. So here they're talking about malaria prone areas. That means there's a lot of malaria there. So that doesn't mean rare. That's the opposite of rare. But here they're talking about high altitude desert, so that's the area, and malaria is less of a problem, so that means it's rare. So that's close enough. I'm happy enough with that to go with B for that. So you can get 3 of these quite quickly just based on your knowledge of these questions and the knowledge that you gained from these questions. Now you need to look at the other 3, and I guarantee you they will be more difficult. Keep your eye on the time. Don't be afraid to guess. One thing that you should realize is IELTS has not used any of this, the rest of paragraph D, E, F, and they have not used H. So probably the smartest thing is to focus on this. Focus on H, it's fine, but initially I thought field is there, and I saw field there, and I saw field there. So I chose it. If you're going quickly, that's fine. Just choose H there. H is incorrect because we needed to actually find that. So we're looking for classifying and different academic fields and mixture. Can you see classifying? Now you just need to scan. Can you see mixture? Mixture is actually there. Combination, to combine, to mix. It's a synonym. So maybe if you started there, you could have found that one quite quickly. These are difficult, don't worry. So, and that word also means mixture. A hybrid is a mixture. So there's two references to mixture over there. So that one was D. I put it as H, so I would have got it wrong. And finally, classifying. Scan for classifying somewhere here, and it's actually all the way over there. That means classifying. So that's F. This one was almost impossible, really the most difficult of the lot. Don't worry about that. That was also D. So 3 or 4 there, 3 or 4 there, and 5 or 6 there. That's good. That's no problem. In 20 minutes. Great. Let's move on to reading 3.